Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Just wanted to go over weeks 5 and 6 and then go over some quiz questions. So week 5, we talked about directional strategies. So that was our mission vision week. Looking forward to taking a look at your assignments regarding mission vision. I will apologize profusely. I know I'm a little bit behind, but I'm hoping to get everything caught up this week with grading, and so we'll be in good shape moving forward. Week 6, developing strategic alternatives. So this week we're talking about, uh, we may have, all of this data on external, internal environment, our directional strategies, all that good stuff. So how do we decide what our strategies are going to be? How do we decide what we want to do moving forward? How to get that rolling, get it in place, and then also creating alternatives. So not sorry about that. Not everything, just all the eggs in one basket. Let's have a couple different alternatives, especially when you're working as a part of a large planning group, which would then perhaps report to the CEO or board of directors or something of that nature. So that's really our focus this week. So we've got a couple videos as usual. We've got our discussion about vertical and horizontal integration. And for those of you that are in, actually, I think everyone is in the Pittsburgh area, the New York area, or the Orlando area. So you're all in good areas where you see a lot of both vertical and horizontal integration in some of the large health systems. So Pittsburgh, think UPMC, Allegheny Health Network. New York, think pretty much anywhere, but New York Presbyterian, Weill Cornell, those types of places. Down here in Florida, think Advent Health. That's really the big player, at least in the Central Florida market. There's others as well, but in Central Florida, that's our big player, and they are all engaged in both vertical and horizontal integration. So think about those areas, and you can share your own personal thoughts on case studies and those types of things. But then think about, what's the rationale for that? Why would a hospital want to get involved with physician practices? Why would a hospital or some type of a healthcare organization want to get involved in the insurance world? Those types of things. So lots to think about there. Actually, another area that is interesting here in the Central Florida area is Advent Health, which is a large, it's the Adventist Health System, large nationwide religious-based organization that provides healthcare. They actually have a university as well, and it's focused on healthcare careers, but it's not like an academic program as part of a hospital, like a residency program or something like that. They have an MHA program. They have all sorts of different programs that they offer, all healthcare focused, but really an interesting kind of horizontal integration or vertical integration strategy to meet the need of their workforce. So kind of neat stuff there. We have case study this week that's done in groups. So there's no official format or anything for this. You can do this you can answer the questions in a document, just a Word document. You can answer the questions in a PowerPoint if you'd rather. Whatever works best for you guys is fine with me. So let's take a look at our quiz questions for this week. Oops. Sorry, I forgot to update the number of the week there. It's week 6. So which of the following is not true regarding critical success factors? So lots of different options here, but our correct answer is A. Critical success factors are the same for each service category. So that is not true. So make sure we have a couple of these, kind of a double negative type thing that popped up in the ones that folks got wrong this week. So make sure you're reading carefully when you're reading these quiz questions. But critical success factors are not the same for every service category. They tend to be similar for members of a strategic group, but they are not the same. They do they do tend to have some differences between service categories. I'm trying to think of an example. The critical success factors for inpatient care and the critical success factors for outpatient care are going to be different. So those types of situations are where we'll see those differences. The mission statement is relevant only to the present and is not relevant to the future. So the fact that the mission statement, so our answer is false. The fact that the mission statement tends to be present focused doesn't mean that it's not relevant to the future. Your mission statement is going to, really reflect your present state, but that's very relevant to your goals and what you want to become. So it's not just relevant to now; it is relevant to the future. It's just not, the mission statement tends not to describe the future state. That would be your vision statement. So your mission statement is really more focused on what's going on right now, but it's still very relevant to your vision, and is usually, kind of how you develop your vision statement is from that original mission statement. Next one, which of the following statements is true about effective vision statements? So our correct answer here is vision statements should be clear and about excellence. So we never want to have a vision statement that is muddy and we're unsure what it means. We also don't want one that says that we want to be mediocre. We always want to be striving for excellence. But a lot of these other sections here should be strictly factual and not appeal to emotions. That's definitely not the case. Oftentimes, vision statements play on emotions to really encourage employees to strive for those higher goals. Should always state hope in quantitative terms. Not necessarily. Oftentimes, it tends to be more in qualitative terms as opposed to something that's actually measurable. And then they must be structured and rarely changed. That's definitely not the case either. The vision statement is going to change with the organization as you develop strategy moving forward. Next one, which of the following is not a role of middle management in determining the strategic direction of an organization? So again, this is the other not statement one that hopefully didn't trip you up. But our correct answer is selecting the CEO. So the role of the task of selecting the CEO is done by the board of directors. So middle management, although they may be asked to interview people and give their point of view, they don't have a real hand in selecting the CEO. Whereas a lot of those other areas, quality as a strategic goal, being involved in redefinition of vision, appealing to the economic motives important to employees, those are all the types of things that middle managers can absolutely do on a daily basis. But they would not necessarily have a true hand in selecting the CEO. So that's it. Any questions, please let me know. I will, like I said before, I'll be catching up here. So hopefully this week you'll see everything caught up, and that's it. So any questions, let me know. I'll see you in the classroom.